I'm here to lay an investment pitch. I'm here to initiate a buy recommendation for Presco PLC, which currently trades at 1,415 naira per share, with a target price of 1,876. Next slide, please. I see a potential upside of 29%, and I identify two key catalysts that support my thesis. One, Presco's fully integrated business and its net monopoly status in refined products category. Two, Presco has had successful acquisition track record and a regional footprint that will ensure FX diversification. Now, to the business model, let me take us through the business model. Presco is a fully integrated agro-industrial company that specializes in oil palm cultivation and the production of refined palm oil products. And its production spans across extraction, refining, and producing of high-value specialty products. Now, Presco has steadily shifted towards higher value refined products such as RBDO, Olin, and stearin, and this has been a key revenue driver and contributed to 80% of the revenue in 2023, up to 48% in 2022, and projected to reach 90%. Now, this forms a strategic point of view and make me classify Presco refined oil as stars and the non-refined oils as cash cows. To the industry overview, please. Next slide. Now, to the industry overview, taking us through the oil palm industry. The oil palm industry is highly fragmented as smallholder farmers can account for 80% of crude palm oil production, while the two largest producers, Presco and Okum, control the remaining 20%. And my research also indicates that industrial consumers who require high quality palm oil account for 80% of total demand, and producing such products require significant investment, which creates a barrier for smallholder farmers with limited resources. As a result, I classify the market as a duopoly, with Presco and Okum as dominant players, which I see as a trend that is expected to persist. Now, for the competitive positioning, three factors set Presco apart. One is the fully integrated model. Presco controls its entire value chain and protects itself against supply chain disruption, and this ensures stable production. Number two is the monopoly in specialty oils, and the number three is strategic acquisition. Presco remains an active consolidator in the industry, with 2021 SNL acquisition that increased its plantation size by 39%, and its latest acquisition, which is the GoPDC acquisition, which is expected to add 90% to the plantation size, and enable Presco to tap into the regional markets and even increase its B2C model. Now, for the financial analysis, Presco has delivered an estimated 5-year revenue CAGR of 50%, and the growth momentum has accelerated meaningfully in its most recent period, which is the 9-month 2025 financials, where revenue rose by 113% year-on-year to 274.5 billion. This is underpinned by higher sales volumes, and also the recent acquisition of GoPDC has further strengthened Presco's skills and regional footprint. Also, looking ahead, I expect Presco to sustain a double-digit revenue growth, forecasting a 30% revenue CAGR over the next 5 years, which is supported by structural domestic supply deficits. Many will argue that Presco is highly leveraged, however, it will be deleveraged by 237.6 billion rights issue, and which will also support expansion. Now, for the valuation, I used the DCF based on Presco fundamental, which incorporates an unlevered free cash flow and terminal value to arrive at target price of 1,276 for my terminal growth rate, and integrated the Nigeria's GDP of 3.5% and a long-term inflation rate of 15%. And for the ESG, for the economic, social, and governance analysis, Presco came up with a strategy to manage illicit by digesting palm oil mill effluent through biomethanization plants, and in lieu of spending heavily on fossil fuels, it also transformed the solid waste to 54% green energy in 2023. And also for the governance and the social aspect, it has 8 board members and 2 independent non-executive directors, which represent a 30% female representation. And also it has secured certification, which I highlighted in my slide. Now, for the risk analysis, I'm going to highlight 3 major risk analysis. Please, can you move my slide to the risk analysis? So yes, the first, I can't see it. Okay, please, next one. So, okay, for my risk analysis, it is very clear for an industry like for Presco, which is in the palm oil industry, to have operational risks. For example, it deals with plantation, which there will be climate variability, pest, and plantation agent. The way to mitigate that is to ensure that it ensured a regional footprint, which is the GoPDC acquisition. Also, market risks, which of which there may be CPO price volatility, and also financial risks, which will definitely be offset by its recent price issues. And for my conclusion, despite Presco's superior financial performance, I think Presco's still remains deeply undervalued, and I believe that the market has not yet fully unraveled Presco's true potential. This still makes it a perfect time to invest. The question is that, do you want a chunk of the gold before it outshines you? Thank you very much.